Hello everyone, the 316 here with another DC Multiverse review. This time I got two of the four figures from the latest Batman wave, the movie wave specifically. I got the Batman Begins Batman on the left, the 89 Batman on the right. I think I got these both for around $35 from the McFarlane toy store. I had 20 bucks off. I wasn't originally going to get this Batman on the right, but saving some money, I get him for like 10 bucks or so. Can't complain. But there are two other figures in this line, or rather wave, I should say. One is Platinum Scarecrow. The other is Gold Label Nightmare Batman from Batman Begins, in the scene where, he uses the fear gas on Crane. I really wanted to get that figure, but it's really just a head sculpt. I can find someone who does a custom head sculpt and just stick it on that body if I was really so inclined. And the Scarecrow from that scene is a platinum chase. A red platinum chase. Yes, there are red platinums now. It's ridiculous. I am glad to have both of these figures. I wanted Batman Begins. I'll get into it more in the review, but there's one big gripe I have with that Batman Begins figure. And, this is the third time we're seeing the 89 Batman be released. This one has the proper colors for the belts and the logo as well. On the back of the box is just the card art. We've seen it plenty of times before. Really like that one. And there's a reason why they use this card art. I'll show you why. But if you're looking for these figures in store, here's Batman Begins barcode. And for 89 Batman, there's their barcode. Hold on. There you go. That should be good. But anyway, let's go ahead and get these guys open. Here they are out of the packaging, and I gotta say, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, but as always, let's go ahead and start off with the accessories. So of course, they both come with their own card art. This is the same one as Lucius Fox Platinum Chase. This is, as far as I know, brand new. We haven't gotten a Keaton card, and there's a lot of dust on it. I've had these guys on the desk for a couple days now, so dust is gonna build up. Bruce Wayne is in caps there. Bruce Wayne here is not in caps there. They did change this to read up for Batman Begins rather than The Dark Knight Rises. And, a little read up here about 89 Batman. In the binder they go. Accessories-wise, I almost said Kilmer. Keaton, he comes with a lot of new stuff since the figure's pretty much all reuse. Bale, however, does not come with as much. So we're going to go ahead and start with Bale. So first things first is, I believe this is a new mold for the grapnel gun. It might be reuse. I don't have the... Oh wait, actually, I do have it. I just realized he's holding it. It is reuse, the grapnel gun, which I think they use the same grapnel guns in the movie. I'm not sure. They also both come with the stand, but, typical stuff. I'm trying to get enough light on these figures, but, they're all black, and no matter how much light I put on them, it just seems like it's not enough. But, yeah, he comes with the grapnel gun there. He does come with a Batarang. Unfortunately, the tape peeled off a good chunk of it on mine. I do have the ones from the Build-A-Figure Bane version, which... it does suck that the tape pulled that off. I didn't do that. Wish I recorded the openings. He also comes with a right hand that has 3 different batarangs of smaller size in between his knuckles. I do like that look. He could do some damage with that. And then he comes with a left hand here that has what looks to be a smoke bomb. Again, hard to see. Trying to get enough light on that, but you can kind of see like the little dot and then the other dots. I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe it's a smoke bomb. That's the only thing I could think of. Keaton here, he comes with a ton of accessories. He comes with these 2 plastic rods that hold up the cape. Yeah, instead of giving him a wired cape, they basically attached with stitch work some pouches to the figure so that you can have him hold these rods that just go up in there. I'd take them out, but as I said, this figure is almost complete reuse, minus the cape material. So I'm not going to take those out of his hands. It's just a rod on like a handle. That's it. That's literally it.
But accessories-wise, this is where Keaton makes up for. He comes with so many things. So first things first, he comes with 2 of these throwing star pieces. I like both of these. I mean, they're the same piece, you know. One side on both of them is slightly indented on the gold, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. He does come with his own grapnel gun. The handle's a bit thick on this, but it will fit in any of the hands that are included. The best one I find it fits in is this one, the most open of the hands. It fits in pretty well. He holds it well, and I don't feel like it's going to warp over time. I don't believe the grapnel itself comes out, but there's some nice gold coloring on it. And I do believe it's a different gold. Yes, it's a slightly different gold. This one has more yellow-orange to it. This one's a bit more brownish gold. On camera, it's much easier to tell. In person, not so much. But, you know, he comes with this wide open hand, and he also comes with this smaller open hand, which can hold, you know, one of the throwing stars, like that, or any way you want to. Or this included, I believe, remote control. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, so if I don't know what every accessory is for, I do apologize. And while you can get that in the hand, it is a bit of a pain. The bottom of this pinky kind of cuts into my finger, but there you go. And you can push it further in if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave this off to the side with the rest of the accessories, as I'm not going to personally use it. And using this hand again, I'll show you the batarang here. Batarang's a bit thick, bit chunky, but you know, it works. It fits in there. Might actually fit better in the smaller hand. Yeah, it fits a little bit better in the smaller hand, but I think with the wider hand you're going to get... And the wider hand just fell trying to grab it. There it is. But yeah, you get the idea. It can go in any of the hands. Lastly, he comes with 2 fisted hands, which came with the Batmobile version of this figure, and he comes with 1 splayed open left hand. A ton of accessories. Absolutely a ton of accessories. Let's see, we got 4, 8, 10, and then the 2 rods. 12 accessories. This ain't even a collector's edition figure. Like, what the heck? Come on. Like, again, I know this is almost complete reuse, but I cannot deny the amount of accessories this Keaton comes with. It's insane. Quite frankly, it's insane. And I'm not really going to take a look at that figure. Like I said, he's almost a complete reuse of the prior 2 versions. I wish he came with a wired cape, but at least we got that rod situation. I'm mainly here to look at the Batman Begins figure. And again, I do apologize. This figure's all black. It's kind of hard to see all the detail, no matter how much light I put on it, no matter, you know, if I move the light up here. I'm actually holding the light with my other arm right now. I need to get I have a tripod light, but it doesn't go up high enough. I need to get a new one, but just wanted to show you all the details on this figure. It's really well done. And I'm impressed with how much new tooling there is here. But there is one thing I am very annoyed about on this figure, if it would focus. You see that head sculpt? That's a Dark Knight head sculpt. Yep, they reused the Dark Knight head sculpt for this figure, which, look, the cowls are similar, but the Dark Knight cowl is much more defined and detailed, whereas the Batman Begins head sculpt is much more smooth, rounded, not as sharp or dynamic. The main tell is that line going from his lips to the back of the helmet there by his cheekbone. He does not have that on the Batman Begins cowl. Again, it's hard to make that out, but it is complete reuse. You know, for like, look, I collected a lot of Power Rangers figures. The 2 things they needed to get right for me was the head and the chest logo, if the figure had one. If they didn't get either of those right, or if one wasn't right, the whole figure was off. And while I don't think the entire figure is off because that helmet is reuse, I do not like that they reused a later movie head on an older movie body. At some point, I would like to get the Hong Kong Skydive Batman and do a head swap between the 2. I think that the Bruce Wayne head might look better on here than this head does. Unlike Keaton, he does have a wired cape. He can splay out his cape, no problem. He doesn't get as impressive as a wingspan as Keaton does, but, you know, he still gets it. And of course, you know, you got the articulation there to get him into some nice poses with it. There's a lot of like this joint up here is very movable. Like woo, woo, woo. It doesn't have much crunch though. It does have more than enough arc back. Like that is absurd. He's gonna get his back broken by Bane, I tell you. The details though, I do like the difference between the gloss black and the flatter plastic black. There is practically no sheen on this figure, which I do appreciate, besides the gloss portions. The boots, I almost thought they were reuse. The boot portion of the boots are, but if we look at the Dark Knight figure, you can see that the upper portion, again, sorry about the lighting, but you can see that the upper portion of the boot here is a different piece. Like, you can see the details are different. It's very interesting. The knee pads, I do believe, are reused. If they're not reused, it would be a surprise to me. Again, it's hard to see. I think the belt sculpt is the same, but the diaper piece is definitely different. Don't mind that he's armless. But here you can clearly see that the head sculpts are reuse. Like it's... Yeah, again, it's hard to tell, but I might actually do a head swap between these two. The sheen on this one looks better, and yeah, I might do a head swap. Wouldn't be hard. Let's do that real quick. They actually both came off pretty easy. So this is the new head sculpt, and this is the old one. They're the exact same sculpts. They're just painted a little bit differently. The new one has less of a sheen to it. The old one has more of a sheen to it. And I do promise that I did do a head swap between these two. I did promise that. You know what? I do think that looks better. Yeah, that definitely looks better. You know what I might do now that I'm looking at it? I just noticed that he's using his neck is a lot taller. That's kind of crazy, huh? Interesting. Yeah, the belt piece is definitely the same. But that's pretty much it for the Batman Begins figure. I've already showed you some of the articulation, but arm-wise, the shoulder pauldrons are rubber, so they don't get in the way too much. He can get a full T-pose, and you know he's got plenty of movement in there. He's got double jointed elbows that are pretty nice. He's got the McFarlane wrist peg. Most of you know how that works. There's no loss of movement there. You've already seen what that upper body can do. Heads. Oh, I just realized that was in frame. I'll do that again. Double joint, hinge joint, yada yada. Head sculpt. Good amount of tilt. Plenty of down, not a lot of up. But this is the Batman Begins figure. He shouldn't have a lot of head articulation. Legs wise, can we do a full splits? We can do a full splits. The diaper only somewhat gets in the way. It does deform. Kick wise, he's not going to get a perfect kick forward. Knee bend is pretty great, actually. That's pretty good. And then that does not want to move. Did they paint the joint again? I know, again, this figure's all black. It's hard to see what I'm doing, but I can only do so much. Like, even if I got my background in here, it's not going to change a lot. Like, okay, actually that did change a lot. I should not be filming this when I didn't sleep well. Oh well. And of course the cape is wired so you can get it into any kind of pose you want. I'm going to leave it like this. I kind of like that. And then you already saw the comparison of the Dark Knight figure. Let me stick his arms back on, since this figure had bad QC issues with the arms. It was only this figure too that I had issues with. Two-Face, Joker, even Scarecrow were fine. Yeah, I think I might swap the neck pegs. I think that I just don't think that looks as good. There's just something about it that doesn't look right. Like, these are the same head sculpts, but why is this one sitting up so much higher? Like, look, I'll swap them back real quick. Okay, and then put this one on this body. And there goes his arm again. Like I said, I should get some super glue or some putty. Just shove it up in there. Okay, is it just me or did the neck sit better now? Are you telling me that, like, I didn't swap the neck pegs. The neck pegs are the same, but are you telling me that this head sculpt and this head sculpt are differently molded? There's no way. But I just don't understand it. Like, this one sits lower on this body, this one sits higher on that body. I don't understand it. I'm so confused. Is it just the sheens of plastic that are throwing me off? Like, what's going on here? I don't know. Anyway, let me go ahead and grab Keaton here. As we already said, or rather I already said, it's complete reuse of the other two figures. As you can see with the 2-pack with the Batmobile version. This one definitely does have a different cape texture to it. You can see this one has a nice sheen, whereas this one is more like a athletic wear type of material. I do appreciate the inclusion of those rods, but I would have preferred a wired cape. I guess they just didn't want to add a wired cape to a pre-existing cloth. Good. I don't know. The black sheen is a bit different on both of these two. He's a bit more like dark. He's a bit more green black. It's hard to see on camera, but you know, like I said, complete reuse, nothing new here. He comes with a ton of accessories though. That's really the only benefit. You know, would you rather have a Batmobile or, you know, 11 different accessories? It's really up to you which one you prefer. And you know what? I think I'm just going to cut the video here. I don't think you guys need to see how they look next to other figures of mine. You know what? I'll go ahead and throw out CM Punk since he was one of my more recent reviews. I don't know. I think he fits. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these two Batman figures. Are you picking either of them up? Are you getting the Platinum Chases from this wave? I'd like to get the Scarecrow. And, of course, I'd love to find the gold label Batman Begins Nightmare Batman, but I haven't been able to, and I don't want to pay eBay prices. Hopefully McFarlane puts them up on his own website. It's just annoying. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.